Doctor Who: The Ark in Space, the second story of the Fourth Doctor, is written by Robert Holmes and John Le Carrati and starring Tom Baker, Elizabeth Sladen and Ian Marter. So Robert Holmes rewrote the script because he thought the other one was unusable. Barry Letts did plan the story, naming the title Space Station, and also planned to produce the 4-part story and the 2-part Centaurian Experiment story before Philip Hinchcliffe took over, which makes it his first story to produce it. Philip decided to go for the dark and horror style for Tom Baker's era. The story was recorded in studio in October and November 1974 and reused in Revenge of the Cybermen, set on space station Nerva Beacon. So put on your long scarf, grab yourselves a jelly babies, and let's dive into the story and what I love about this story. The title sequence for part 1 was tinted green as an experiment, but didn't get repeated for subsequent episodes. The title sequence would stay the same for the next 5 seasons. So we get a great opening. The TARDIS team arrived in the space station, Nerva Beacon. The room is barely breathable. Sarah Jane wandered in the room and gets locked in and suffocating. So the Doctor and Harry got the door opening, so the Doctor finds a way to make the room breathable and puts Sarah Jane on the sickbay. As the Doctor and Harry go back into the room where the TARDIS is, there's like an auto-guard. It zaps any organic movement anywhere near it.
I say, what's that? Get down, Harry!
While Sarah Jane faded away, the Doctor and Harry under the desk moved closer to where the switch is. So they tried scarf, cricket ball, Harry's shoe, but it doesn't work, so Harry uses his shoe again while the Doctor switched it off, and voila, it worked. So they realised Sarah Jane is missing. So they went down the corridor. Harry saw bits of Wirren moving down with green slime on the floor, pretty gross. They find themselves in a chamber. There's many stasis chamber. After Harry found Sarah Jane in one of them, a dead Wirren fell close to him. Great cliffhanger, by the way.
Resuscitation unit looked like?
Very like an oxygen cylinder.
So after reviving Vyra, she asks the TARDIS team who they are and why they're here. So she agreed to revive Sarah Jane, as she does with Noah, and apparently someone called June is missing and there's green blobs at his stasis chamber. After the Doctor sees a Wirren trapped, he goes to controls with Noah coming after him, and after when a green blob touched his hand while Rogan, Libri and Lyset gets revived, Noah gives Vyra orders, and man, what a cliffhanger when he reveals his mutated green hand. Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor, again brilliant.
Homo sapiens. What an inventive, invincible species.
Elizabeth Sladen, Ian Marter as Sarah Jane Smith and Harry Sullivan, brilliant TARDIS team, they're enjoyable, obviously. Wendy Williams played Vyra, suspended animation. Richardson Morgan, John Gregg and Christopher Masters played Rogan, Lyset and Libri, who are also suspended animation on Nerva Beacon. Kenton Moore played Laser, aka Noah, who's a suspended animation that gets infected and turns into a Wirren. The cast did a great job. Wirrens are humanoid insects from the Andromeda galaxy. The story is definitely known for using bubble wrap for aliens, which I do think it works pretty effectively. It makes the aliens look a bit bubbly. If they bring them back in modern series and update them at least, it'll show to those who thinks it's a terrible how great the design can be with bubble wraps. The fact that Noah got his hand infected then himself looked pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I did almost throw up first watching it because it seemed gross, which makes it so great for its time and low budget. I do like Wirrens. The sets, the atmosphere and music by Dudley Simpson is incredible. It does actually feel like a real space station. So we get the message from Earth High Minister, voiced by Gladys Spencer.
The salvation of the human race has been rewarded with success.
Wirren took Noah over while talking to Vyra on the comm. His reaction and slimy blob looked pretty sick and makes me thinking of those green fungus under the fingernails. Ew. Which, like I said, they did a great job designing those blobs. So after Doctor and Vyra met up with Noah with the infection spreading, the door closed on him after dropping his gun, The bit where the slug-shaped Wirren patrolling the corridor looked terrifying. So while the Doctor wired himself to the machine to go inside the Wirren's mind, a blob went through the shaft and killed Lysit. Harry and Rogan managed to get away from Noah just in time, and I do like the bit where they close the door on the blob while shooting at it. And the sound of it.
Doctor! Hey, Noah!
It's so creepy. I don't know if it's just me, or does anyone get the Thing vibes from this? After that, the Doctor managed to recover from going into Wirren's mind, so Rogan and Harry gets teleported in the other room, but the power went down, so the Doctor goes down to the power room and finds Noah completely mutated except a little bit of his face. Pretty terrifying. So Sarah Jane and Lyra rescued the Doctor and got out of there, so the Wirren asked them to leave or die with suspended animations that are still sleeping. So after they left the power room, the Doctor figured out that the electricity could stop the Wirrens, so Harry, Lyra and Rogan climbed inside a rocket. And I love the moment where Sarah Jane got stuck with the cable inside a small triangle tunnel, and the Doctor is just insulting her.
Oh, Doctor, is that all you can say for yourself? Stupid, foolish girl. We should never have relied on you. I knew you'd let us down.
Which made her angry and got her out of there, which is one way of encouraging Sarah Jane to get out of the small tunnel.
You're a brute.
You're a brute. Don't be ungrateful. I was only encouraging you. Come.
So eventually, as everyone got out of the rocket, Noah's Wirren, along with the army of Wirrens, got into the rocket. Rogan sacrificed himself by pressing the launch button, standing under the rocket, getting burned to death, and Noah destroyed it with all the Wirrens. So everyone's happy. It's a nice ending when Lyra plans a future, the Doctor giving her jelly babies. So the Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry teleported somewhere else, which is a nice bit of story arc there. I really love this story. Absolute class. It's one of Peter Capaldi's favourite classic story. It's also Russell T Davies's and Stephen Moffat's favourite story. And even Paul Cornell, Martin Day and Keith Topping loved it. What's your thoughts of the arc in space? Drop your thoughts on the comments down below. Thanks people, as always, for watching, and see yous in the next video.